Hello and welcome to another night's edition of Nightshift, coming to you from our studios in Athens on the beautiful island of Corfu, Greece. And I'm, as always, joined in the studio, rather chilly tonight, I have to say, by our friends Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Adrian. How are you?
I'm very well, slightly chilly, but fine.
Fabulous. And how are you, Mr. Haas? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
All good, everything happy, everything good.
Yeah.
Okay day.
Oh, yes. Did you have a good day,
chilly.
Thomas? Did you have a good day?
No, nice day.
Yeah, lovely day.
How can it be bad on this island?
No, exactly.
Every day is fantastic here. Doesn't
Every
matter
day
if sunshine or rain, it's
Well,
great.
I'm glad you said that, because where I was, I saw a strange meteorological phenomenon today. I had this wonderful view, as you probably know by now, and I saw kind of two weather systems side by side, and I seemed to be right in the middle of it. On the left-hand side was dark, depressing cloud and rain, but on the right-hand side was beautiful, glorious sunshine, which was shimmering across the sea. And it was quite extraordinary. There was such a clear demarcation of a line.
Wow.
I should have taken a photograph. I kind of did, and I will try and post it on Twitter later on. But it's quite impressive, it was.
I'd like to see that one.
Okay, I'll try and do it.
Okay, good. Fabulous.
Okay, excellent, guys. Now I think we have a little bit of a weather warning today, aren't we?
Yes.
Because it's got a little bit chilly.
It has.
Today it's dropped a little bit, but it's alright. When you have the beautiful views. Every time. Sometimes I pick 8 up from home, and just going up his drive and do his thing, and then stepping out of the car and seeing that view. I'm getting jealous every time. So
It's one word.
Wow.
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
You've just got to come and have a look at it. I mean, I feel quite selfish, actually, having it to myself. Everybody should enjoy the wonderful view of Halicarnassus.
When he sees the view over the thing, we have to take a picture one day and
We do.
Have to show this beautiful view, if you don't mind.
I've got a few, Thomas, in the album. I'm sure I can whip one out. Whether they're any good, I'm not really a very good photographer. Not in your league, Thomas, or indeed
Thank
probably
you. What do you want?
No, I reckon I can find one or two that will give the sort of hint of what we're talking about.
Excellent.
Yes, I can whet your appetite for a stunning visit to Corfu when indeed you do come on over here. And when you do come and visit us, we'd love to see you.
Absolutely, we would. Yes. Shall I start off with local news then?
Just 1 second before I say anything. I just want to say we got a couple of messages yesterday. I just want to say hello to a couple of people. First guy I want to say hello is David Wooten. He wrote in yesterday, hello from a cool UK. Interesting shows you have broadcasted. Can't wait to get back to Misongi in the end of March for my 6 months in Corfu. Regards to you. So thank you very much, David.
Yes, thank you very much.
Misongi, what a nice place.
Well, it is. Misongi, Maratica, fabulous. Two of my favourite spots. There's some great eateries there. Food again. There's lovely views as well, you know. Lots of lovely people there, I have to say. But then that's the thing about the island. Everywhere you go, there's wonderful, lovely people.
There are lovely people.
But lots of Maratica, Misongi. So welcome back, David. We can't wait to see you.
Yes, of course, and if you have any questions or you want to take part, just write into us. If you want to talk with us live here in the studio, call in. Let us know why you come to Corfu, why you choose to come in here for 6 months. 6 months is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's got the best 6 months as well.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I think we've done something here. Okay, cool, that should be better. Thank you. People let us know, even if technically get something wrong. And I just got a message in saying, it's a bad echoing. This is my fault. Sorry, I think that fixed the problem now. Cool, and let's carry on with local news.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll start off with the one I was going to start off with anyway. €500,000 has been given to the restoration of the Venetian shipyard at Gouvier.
Oh, brilliant.
The monument has been included in the regional business programme, along with 4 other projects on different Ionian islands. And apparently this is all the responsibility of the Ministry of Culture. So €500,000 for the restoration.
For the restoration thing. This is from the Anime Rossi we got.
Yes, it was from
So
the
we just got
Rossi,
a picture in from the Venetian boatyard, and I remember you talking a lot Adrian,
Yes,
about that?
I think that was in our first weeks of broadcast, actually. I mentioned this Venetian boatyard.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I was
you
lucky
did.
enough to go there on one occasion, and it was quite impressive. I think there were a few weeds and whatnot, so probably the Restoration Fund is probably a very good idea, and also to make more people aware of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from that picture, you can see how big it is as well. That's huge, isn't it?
I have to admit, I haven't been there yet.
We can soon change
I
all
have
that,
not
Thomas.
been there. Okay, we seem to have a bad echo somewhere. People say something, you got a bad echoing on the line. I have no idea why. Okay, guys, if you just give us a short minute, we're going on a short break. And I try to fix that now, so sorry for that, for the technical thing. We got the echoing somewhere on the thing, so I will try to fix that. On a short break, we will come shortly. Sorry guys, 1 minute. I don't know where I got the echoing on. I have no idea. Why we have an echoing on the other. Okay, let's come back and let's see what we can do.
Hello, welcome back.
Okay, we see if you fixed it. I have no idea if you fixed it.
If I'm echoing, then maybe I should start singing.
Yeah.
Reverb is what you use when you sing.
Okay, yes.
So if you hear anybody on a microphone when they're singing, they usually have a reverb.
Ah, thank you for that little piece of information.
It just makes the voice sound a lot better. Okay. Shall I carry on?
Yes, please carry on.
Okay.
Feel free to carry on.
So this evening there is a weather warning from the local Met Office saying that there's going to be winds of 7 to 8 on the Beaufort scale.
Ooh, a bit windy then.
Which will last this evening and through to Thursday afternoon. Okay, so batten down the hatches.
And hang on to your hats, guys.
And hang on to your hats, yeah, indeed. And carrying swiftly on, the Corfu seamen are looking to strike again. They have requested a meeting with the Prime Minister during his visit to the island on the 4th to 5th of December. We'll talk about that in a few days' time. And it's to talk about the fact that their collective contracts for domestic ferry crews has not been ratified, and the work demands remain unresolved.
Ah, didn't we have a ferry strike not so long ago, actually?
Yes, they say that they actually suspended that as a sign of goodwill.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what they're looking to do is obviously discuss their problems with the Prime Minister, which I think is probably a good idea. Go to the top if you're going to get something done.
Absolutely. Usually works, doesn't it?
It usually does.
Let's hope this works and everybody's satisfied. Both
I hope
sides.
so. Yeah. I mean, the thing that they're asking for is the collective contracts for their ferries and ferry crews has not been ratified, and their demands have been unresolved.
Unresolved. Okay, guys, sorry, I couldn't take part. I had a small technical problem. It's all fixed now. People can hear you beautifully.
Oh, lovely.
We're getting messages in. So thank you guys for letting us know. That's very important to us. Sometimes things happen and then a gremlin goes somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You look and say, oh, okay, why? I have nothing. I didn't change anything from yesterday. Oh, what's going on? But we're capable of fixing it, aren't we?
Yes, I reckon.
Well, you are.
It's that frog in the box again, isn't it? He's jumping about, I reckon.
Excuse me. Okay, cool. You're under the Siemens strike, yeah?
Yes.
Well, I just got a little bit distracted.
That's all right. No.
But I know they have them quite often nowadays.
Yeah.
And when you see, the guys have to work very hard.
I was going to say, they work very long hours, those guys.
Very long hours, and so it's, they can see, it's a shame. The guys doing a great job. They're running the ferries well, and when they get sometimes a little bit angry and say, okay, mate.
And actually, we mustn't forget that the ferry drivers and sailors do a remarkably important job, because Corfu, being on an island, really does depend on ship transport for a lot of its goods, doesn't it, Thomas?
Yeah, definitely. What comes over via ferry, you see the lorries coming off in the morning, and is quite a lot. I took the ferry from Bari to here.
Oh, yeah.
And we arrived, no? And it was full with lorries.
Yeah.
Really full. I've never seen so many lorries on one ferry.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was ferry gone around 8 hours late.
Ooh.
Because of the loading of the ferry.
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
So has to be very carefully done.
It was so many lorries. I've never seen this many lorries on one ferry.
No.
Never before, and it's really 8 hours late with the load. But it's okay, he made it up somehow.
Maybe in one of those lorries was extra coffee for us.
Oh, for you,
extra coffee.
We certainly need those coffee supplies, folks. Keep them coming.
Extra coffee for Adrian, his own supply.
I'd love it, my own supply. Italian beans, how marvellous. Absolutely, yes.
Italian beans.
But
Excellent.
done with the Greek tradition and in the Greek style, of course. That makes it extra special.
Your favourite's a double espresso, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. One of my favourite tipples, absolutely, yes. And they do vary a bit, coffees, actually. If you're a real coffee aficionado, Corfu is actually a very good place to visit because, yes, you have so much choice. Unlike certain other places in England, English coffee, I think the English taste is a little bit weaker perhaps than the continental, and I'm afraid I like mine full-bodied. I get very disappointed when I go into a motorway service station in the United Kingdom and you get this sort of milky, wishy-washy, hot, well, it's not always hot, this liquid that passes itself off as coffee. But I tell you what, folks, it's not real coffee, so come to Corfu and have some real coffee.
Well, advertising for coffee, but no, he's totally right. I mean, some of the best coffees we drank on this island.
Yes, absolutely.
Some of the best in the world, Thomas.
Yeah, and it surprises you. You come over, okay, it's a Greek coffee, man. The original Greek coffee, is superb.
Yes.
You have to be a little bit strong of nature because they kick in. No?
I know why they give you water with it. I realise why they give you water with it, because it is a very strong coffee.
Yes. I have to say I've cut down. When I first used to visit this island, I was really hooked on the coffees, and I don't know, I didn't like to count, but I actually had probably double figures during the day, and that's not good, guys. So I've moderated it. I wouldn't have more than, say, 2 or 3 double espressos in any one day. I have to say, on a serious note, actually drinking too much Caffeine can be very dangerous, and I remember a case of a lady who just started working in a coffee shop. She was only 17 years of age, and she had 17 cups of espresso coffee to celebrate the fact that she was working on her birthday. Unfortunately, the poor girl died shortly afterwards. So actually it's very serious, and don't overdo the coffee, guys.
Wow.
I think less is more in this one.
Wow, that's it.
That's quite
what?
of caffeine poisoning, acute caffeine poisoning.
Wow.
So I may have joked about lorry loads of coffee and beans and all that, but actually, guys, there is a serious side. So like everything else, in moderation.
Definitely. That was it for local news, Thomas.
So that's also the weather warning is in effect for tonight?
Yes, tonight and through to tomorrow.
So it means tie down your sunbeds, your
tie your
tables,
sunbeds
everything,
down,
and make sure nothing is flying around.
Yeah.
But it's okay, it's interesting. I mean, you must always have... You must have a fantastic view. I mentioned that before. I've never been there, but next thunderstorm, I would love to sit on your terrace.
And you must film it, Thomas, and maybe we do a live feed. Why not do
a
live
Let's
feed of a thunderstorm? Because they're so impressive here. I've never seen such an array of different and so impressive electrical storms as I have on this island during the years that I've been visiting, and now I'm here all the time, really. It's amazing.
It's
and also,
brilliant.
because my house is slightly elevated, shall we say, I get a lot of wind. And that's not just the beans I keep eating. That's natural sources of wind, I have to tell you.
You got him again.
I'm a bit of, well, no, I have to say I'm a bit of a windy person. Anyone who knows me, you wouldn't want to be downwind of me, especially not before we're going on air. My goodness, that's another story. We won't share that with you
Okay.
now. No.
Where's the bell? Ding, 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 ding. I'm out. Okay, just to break this windy situation up.
I was going to say, no, I've never seen pink lightning before until I came here.
It's all colours.
Yeah.
And it goes in the most extraordinary of directions. And there's so much of it. Different types, fork and sheet, of course. But this is a whole array. And what it does to the sky and illuminates everything, it's just marvellous. But I have to say, if you're alone on a little boat out in the sea, that wouldn't be marvellous at all. It'd be terrifying,
That
quite
would
frankly.
be terrifying.
Well, I think to tell you, actually, when I was driving a car on this beautiful road in the southwest of Corfu, there was a very bad electrical storm. This is about a year ago, ladies and gentlemen. And I was driving slowly, very slowly, in a car. And to my absolute amazement and horror, this bolt of lightning struck in front of the car, but it struck in a horizontal fashion. It was like one of those, what do they call those laser things in Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
Lightning rod, I don't know, one of those things. But it was so frightening to think that if I'd have been just a few meters further forward, the car would have been struck. Being metal, I wouldn't be here sitting telling you the story now. So, as always, in a real serious electrical storm, you have to be extra careful.
I think you'd have been all right, though, because surely the tyres...
The tyres, rubber tyres,
rubber
maybe,
tyres,
yes. But knowing my luck, I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
I think they were a bit thin. The
Actually,
rubber was a bit
your
thin.
Luck,
knowing my luck,
I know. So that was it for local news. What about world news, Adrian?
World news, well, there's a lot of it. Tonight I've selected two little stories, one from India and one from somewhere else. We'll do India first, and it relates to the city of Hyderabad, which is in southern India, and it's about, the story started from a Twitter posting from a local politician who just tweeted the fact that there are two types of road in Hyderabad. There's the normal road, and there's the Ivanka Trump road. Now, this is because there's a global business summit and conference going on right now between the 28th of November and the 30th of November this year in Hyderabad. And Ivanka Trump, who you obviously probably realise is Donald Trump's daughter, she's also his special advisor. And she's actually leading this delegation to this business conference. The reason I'm telling you all this, though, is because people have taken to Twitter and commented, it's amazing what the civil government have done with the improvement of roads. Almost overnight, or it probably took a week actually, the council has transformed the roads in which her motorcade was going to pass through. For instance, they have repaired all the potholes. Maybe they were listening to our broadcast from the other day. So it's not only Corfu that acts on potholes, it's also India apparently. So they've repaired the potholes, they repainted the curbs and all the road markings, including the zebra crossings, which were totally faded away, and now they're positively glowing. I mention that because here in Corfu, every year they have to do the same. They have to repaint the road lines and the zebra crossings because of the weather. And I'm wondering whether the paint must dry out in the heat, perhaps.
Yes, possibly.
I reckon it does.
Yeah.
So even the tree trunks have been painted. I don't quite understand. The tree trunks have been painted different colours. There's blue, greens, and would you believe, pink. Now, I don't know why this is, but I do know that here on Corfu, they also paint the olive trees white. Someone told me that this was to help with insect prevention. That may be so, but I have to say a grove of white-painted olive trees look absolutely gorgeous, dappled in the sunlight.
Yeah.
They really do. And the other thing, though, I have to say, which is a bit more controversial, is that they've also removed all the beggars and homeless people into shelters and sent them home, would you believe?
Sent them home. If
Sent them home.
If they're homeless, how have they sent
well, that's
them
a good
home?
question. That's a good question. This is the government spokesman saying that, so there's some sort of doubt about as to whether they did send them home. Actually, they've been recruiting beggars to work in fuel service depots. They've been trying to get them to give them employment, would you believe?
Good.
But
that's good.
That's good. On the bad side, though, they've been paying out 500 rupees for people to snitch on where there's a beggar or a homeless person. And I think that's a bit nasty, really, isn't it?
That's not good.
But the other point about the story is that so many people have taken to Twitter to say, hey, can we have some roads done in our backyard? Can we have Ivanka Trump visit us? Some people have even suggested they build another Trump Tower in India just to improve the roads and the infrastructure.
Oh, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
That would be fantastic.
Many people want Ivanka Trump to visit on a very regular basis. So they're obviously very keen for her to be there.
Yeah. I suppose if you had an Indian elephant there, it'd be called a trunk tower.
Oh, very good.
I'm
very
sorry.
Good, Wayne.
Oh,
That's
nice
terrible.
one.
Excellent. Well, yes, you never.
Do you know the difference between an Indian elephant and an African elephant?
Well, the size is one thing. Ears is another thing. Ears
yeah.
is the big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
But aren't elephants fantastic creatures? Absolutely amazing.
I love them.
They have their own language, apparently. I think I remember reading a long time ago that there's about 30 different sounds that replicate words or words, but feelings, sentiments, emotions exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe instructions as well.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's all the more sad, I think. I've still got that awful image in my head of a tweeted picture from Donald Trump Jr. when he was holding up the tail of a dead elephant that he shot dead. I mean, we've said all this before, but really that was a bit unpleasant to me. I mean, hunters like their big game and all that, but elephants, guys, come on, they're the most magnificent beasts, really, aren't they?
Have you seen the footage of the baby elephant that gets caught in, I think it's having trouble swimming or something like that, and then the whole herd pretty much push this little baby elephant out of trouble.
How marvellous. You see how amazing elephants are?
And there's a great footage of a bull elephant standing in the middle of a road. I think it may be India, actually. It may be India. And he's standing in the middle of a main road and stops the traffic completely stops the traffic and runs up and down the road, kind of making sure that nobody's coming near him. And then when he thinks everything's safe, he goes back into the jungle and then gets all the family to cross the road.
How amazing.
Yeah.
Splendid.
But all the traffic has to stop and everything, and he makes sure that nobody's coming near or anything like that. Then he pops back into the jungle and then comes back out and brings the family. I think it's brilliant.
That is, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Yes. So that was elephants in India and Ivanka Trump and the motorcade and all that. The other story tonight comes from Germany, Berlin to be precise, where police raided a restaurant the other day. Now, nothing unusual in that, you might think. However, this wasn't for food poisoning or indeed for bad food or illegal immigrants or indeed crickets found on the table. No, it was none of that. Would you believe it was for cheating at cards?
Okay.
Yeah. The restaurant that was raided turned out to have been a venue for illegal gambling. And all this came about after a routine check at a waste treatment centre, which uncovered a higher level of radioactivity in a rubbish lorry. They then traced the vehicle back to this Berlin restaurant, and during a police raid, they found 13 playing cards laced with iodine 125. Now, that's a substance used in medicine with a half-life, so they tell me, of 60 days, which is actually much more than a normal radioactive iodine, if there is such a thing as normal radioactive anything, but there you go.
Okay.
Police believed the players were wearing hidden detectors on their bodies in order to identify certain cards. Hence, they had an advantage. Sadly, I don't know what game they were playing at the time. And this is actually quite a precedent, actually, because there's been a few cases. Back in 1999, in South Africa, there was a casino that was discovered a scam where some of the employees had marked the cards and the information was then sold on to professional gamblers for either a flat fee or commission on any winnings, would you believe? And a little bit more high-tech, if you like, was in 2013, a casino in France discovered some of its employees had marked some cards with invisible ink, which could then be seen through infrared contact lenses. I mean, this
didn't
really
know they
is
existed.
high-tech. No, neither did I. And rather ashamed for London here, in 2004, a laser scanner was used to measure the ball speed on a roulette wheel, which was to gauge which numbers were the most likely to come up. Now, very surprisingly, the 3 people who were involved in this scam won more than $1.8 million, which is about £1 million.
Yeah.
And strangely, apparently, the police told them that they could keep their winnings.
Okay.
Now, I don't think the
Sorry.
I don't think the casino's owners were too happy, and you may be very surprised to know that the casino was in fact none other than the Ritz Hotel in London.
Ah, okay.
So I suppose it doesn't really pay to cheat at cards, does it?
No. That's not a casino I've ever been to in London.
No, nor.
I've been to the Hippodrome in Leicester Square. That's huge. That's amazing.
Was it busy when you went?
Yes, very busy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you win anything?
No.
Oh.
No, actually, no. To be honest, I only went there with a friend of mine who was having a birthday, and decided that that's where he wanted to have his birthday. So we weren't gambling at all. We were just drinking.
Yes.
Till about 3 in the morning.
Ah.
Yeah.
Beer, perhaps?
Well, it started off as beer, and then it moved on to other methods of imbibement.
Okay.
Yes, but it was good. No, it's a really lovely place. Actually, I've got a couple of friends that work there as well.
What casino is that?
That's the Hippodrome in Leicester Square.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big casino.
Yeah, no, I have to admit, I have never been to a casino in England.
No.
Not once. All these years I've been in England, lived in England.
Yeah.
Never once. So.
I think it's only, if I think I'm right in saying, Adrian, that they weren't prolific until about 10 years ago, would you say?
What, casino?
Casinos in the UK.
Possibly not, no. I remember Tony Blair, though, one of his promises early on, wasn't it, when he came to power in 1997, he was proposing 6, I think, mega casinos.
That's right. One was Blackpool.
Yes, possibly Manchester as well, and London, and I can't remember all the places. But I think one of the key things that stood out about it was 24-hour gambling.
Yeah.
Caused a huge fury at the time, and the proposals never made it into the statute books.
Most of the casinos I know now, actually, in the UK are 24 hours most of the time.
Are they really?
Or they do pretty much 24 hours, yeah.
Mind you, they like a little flutter here, don't they? Because there's quite a large chain of gambling shops here. You see them everywhere. The blue sign ones. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
And that was recently sold off, I do believe.
Okay.
For quite a large sum of money. So presumably they're doing all right.
But cheating at cards, that's really hard.
It is a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite right. Not cricket, sir.
No, not cricket.
Yeah, especially nowadays with all the security in place, you know. I mean, they watch every step, they watch every move you do in the casinos, and trying to cheat.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Cameras everywhere. Absolutely.
Everywhere.
On every dealer, there is a camera. On every croupier, there is a camera. Every table, yeah.
With the story with the Ritz casino, they only came to light because they realised that their takings were down, and there were some discrepancies in the figures, and that prompted them to have a major investigation, and that's how they found what they did.
Wow.
But it's the ideas. They come up with ideas to cheat. It's unbelievable.
Quite extraordinary, isn't it?
You know, what wasted energy to sit down and see, how can I cheat? How can I defraud people for money?
Infrared contact lenses.
Yeah, that's
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
I mean, invisible ink. That's what we've got on our phones now, isn't it? You
No,
can write those little messages.
Messages, and you have to move your finger over, and this reveals itself, and then it goes.
You've got a funny story though, haven't you? On your phone. I tried to send you one with invisible ink.
Yes.
And what happened to your end?
It said, hello, this was written in invisible ink. That was in brackets.
Which kind of defeats the object.
Kind of defeated the object completely. It just said, hello, and then in brackets it said, this was written in invisible ink. Like,
brilliant.
Well,
So
obviously it's
you-
not invisible ink, because I can see it. Brilliant.
What will they think of next?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea. Don't look at me.
You're full of wonderful ideas, Thomas. I thought you were going to surprise us with some new, amazing, technological, brilliant invention.
I mean, I tell you, I wish, no? But you never know, it's early days.
Exactly. I'm sure you will one day.
Who knows?
Who knows? Watch
Who
this
knows?
space, guys. We will tell
Everybody
you
tries
that.
to find this one thing, what do you call it? Flügelbinder, or what in English?
In what
Or
way?
what is the special word for it? The one thing you try to find,
The elusive... What? I don't know.
I don't know, that's for sure an English word. No.
Okay.
It's okay, guys, it's okay. we go, let's ask some English people on, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. No, for sure, one day, who knows? Who knows? Okay, what a brilliant news today. Also Germany, this really surprised me. India, okay. That with Twitter, we talk a little bit about that later. On the program, what brings us now on to question and answers Corfu.
Our favourite spot.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
Excellent, man. I got a couple of messages just to get through in there. Let me call this up and
Keep sending them in, folks.
Yes, please keep sending them in. I mean, I'm answering back while we do this. I write back to people at the moment, so
That's right.
it's so they know what's coming up. And the question is coming in from Teresa Dabener. Yeah, to StudioKerkyra. And hi, I was wondering if you have ever thought of doing short comedy or drama plays on radio.
Well, Teresa, thank you very much for that question, and that's a great question because actually we've discussed it quite a lot.
We have,
and we are hoping to do that. I very much love to do it. I'll let you into a secret. I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. A few months ago now, I wrote off to an agent in London to acquire the broadcasting radio rights for a certain little comic play that ran for about 50 minutes, and it was written by the great author John Mortimer. I won't say the name of the play. And you know what? To this minute now, I still haven't had a reply.
Maybe not.
No. So, if you're there at that agency in London and you're listening and watching this, then please give our lovely Teresa a jolly good answer as to why we can't perform this wonderful little playlet by John Mortimer on the radio. Actually, Teresa, we'd love to do it. And if you've got any suggestions or any scripts, don't hesitate. Bring them in, and we will perform them for you.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, baby! Yes!
Definitely.
Thank you, Teresa.
Sorry, guys. No, thank you. And I wrote back to her. We will talk about something similar later in the program when we talk about StudioKerkyra, yeah?
Yeah.
So for seeing, and that will be our... But okay, let's not spoil the thing. Let's talk later about it. Otherwise, we finish the program before midnight, and that's not what we want to do. Or we get carried away and forget other things to talk about, no?
Yes.
But okay, first question, guys, is coming in, and that's regarding...
I thought that was a question. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this was a write-in. This was a write-in, and this just happened 25 minutes ago.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I mixed this up a little bit. I don't want the people to wait too long online.
Yeah. We love it hot off the press.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
exactly. So, okay, the first question, Q&A Corfu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there we got, and we're getting...
Getting another one, I think.
Cool, yeah, I'm getting answer to this word Flügelbinder.
What?
Wow, you still don't know you? Okay, no, forget this. Let's go on to the first question. I will fix this video. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, first question will comes in regarding flights to Corfu in the winter time. They know it's via Athens, but the question, how is the connection when you arrive in Athens and from Athens here to Corfu? Because that person especially said, heard a couple of horror stories that sometimes you have to wait a day or two before there is a connection flight to Corfu.
Well, I think
it's not true.
No, that would only be in absolute exceptional circumstances, most likely weather related. I've done this trip quite a few times, actually, and it's a shame that there aren't more scheduled flights during the winter straight here to Corfu. A certain budget carrier, name it EasyJet, you can fly to Corfu from Thessaloniki and Athens. However, even if you do fly to Thessaloniki, you still have to go via Athens to get to Corfu.
Okay.
So really, you might as well fly straight to Athens. The average waiting time during the day is about 3 hours or so. I think that one of the problems might be is that the timing of this particular EasyJet flight that gets into Athens International Airport arrives just before this last scheduled service is leaving, courtesy of Aegean Airways, from Athens to Corfu. Aegean operate, I believe, a twice daily service during the winter months. I maybe stand corrected on that one, but it's at least twice a day. And it's a very good service, actually. It's a short flight, about 55 minutes. The scenery on a good day is absolutely stunning, as you can imagine. And the crew and the planes are very good, as indeed EasyJet are. But I think there's another factor here, is that flying with a Greek airline is slightly better at the moment for coming to Corfu during bad weather because, as I said on a previous edition of our Nightshift programme, that many pilots who are not Greek aren't very fully trained to land on such an exacting runway as Corfu Airport is.
It is very short, isn't it?
Very short one,
Yeah.
yes. At the moment, it can take Airbus 320s and Boeing 737s. But not much bigger than that, I'm afraid. So that's something to look into. But I think when it's bad weather, the airlines do about 2 go-arounds. I think if you do a third, you have to go back to Athens. But to answer the caller's question, really don't be put off by that. It sounds a faddle and an upheaval to have to change planes in Athens, but you know, Athens is a great airport, plenty of shops and cafes, and for the smokers, you can smoke there, which for me is an added bonus. I have to say I've spent probably 3 to 4 hours at a time in Athens airport, but you know, the time soon passes. So it's not so bad as you might think to get here from the UK during the winter months. But obviously it would be ideal if there were more, or some, shall we say, direct flights from the UK. So if you're listening and you're working for a UK airline, please pass my please back to your chief executives and let's have some winter scheduled airlines into the lovely Corfu Airport. Which, incidentally, is a lovely airport, well worth seeing. There's a bit of the airport which is the original building, that's by the road. And, it's something out of
building.
it's a lovely building, isn't it, Thomas? You go
really
weak at the knees when you see it, because it has a flashback to the 60s, the 70s, the era of the package holiday. And it's just something like... Actually, I think it's a touch of Art Deco about it.
I think so, too. I love that building. I think it's a beautiful place.
So come to the airport just to look at the old building.
I'd love to see it restored, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
And made different use for it, maybe, you know?
Well, for sure, there must be a solution, you know, you never know. I always see, every time I see this building now, a movie jumps into my head. Well, how beautiful it would
Thomas.
be to renovate that and have really, for a period.
Great location shot. Maybe we might get to do that one day. You never know.
Oh, there's this thing, you know. And the other side, I was thinking, what a nice studio for StudioKerkyra that would be. Wow, man.
Yeah. Close to the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? I mean
yes. Hang on a minute, though, Thomas. We have moved 3 times already, so...
No, I mean, not a new one.
An additional one.
An additional one.
Yes, we don't want to leave.
An additional, you know, where I can do a little, let's spread a little bit around the island.
That's a good idea, Thomas.
Yeah,
no, I just think because I love the building. It's a fantastic building.
It's a really lovely building.
It is.
Yeah.
As I say, I'd really love to see it restored.
We're gonna have to take a picture, and one day we have to put it up for our viewers to see.
We will.
What we're talking about. I think most know what we're talking about who know Corfu.
But anyway, don't let the winter travel arrangements put you off from coming to this lovely island, because as I have said several times, the weather here during the winter, okay, you get a week of storms or so, but by and large, on a daily basis throughout December and December and January, it is fantastic.
Beautiful.
Sunny,
absolutely
blue
gorgeous
skies, temperatures are a bit down, but, you know, put a coat on and put a scarf and your socks on and a blouse or woolly or something and be fine.
Yeah, so in one word, get dressed warm.
Get dressed.
Yeah, go on then.
Put some clothes on.
Put some clothes on, yes.
Get dressed warm, okay. Oh, excellent. No, from flights on, I've flown between the Greek islands many times, and also from the UK or from Austria here or from Germany here, and I never had problems changing planes to get to the island. Never, and I never heard everyone I talked with was, hey, brilliant, we waited an hour and a half, but they have to calculate just in case another airline is delayed.
Yes.
So, and then the connection flight, so of course there's a lot of logistics behind it. Definitely. But no, it's not this, it's this horror story someday. Say, why they do that? I mean, I think it's impossible. If the weather is, okay, if the weather is really extreme,
if the weather's bad, then yeah.
It's this scaremongering, you know, what can do more damage than good.
Yes.
It's a little bit, but no, be secure. They're working very good. They're very switched on the airports in Greece, anywhere in Greece really. So I haven't heard personally anything bad.
No, neither have I.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
Excellent. Okay, this was our first question. I hope we answered that to satisfactory. And okay, next one. Island related is about why we talk about. We get a lot of questions for winter tourism now. What makes me happy.
That's good.
I think we are on the right way. So next thing was coming is about car rentals in the winter. How is it? Okay, I mean they are not closed. The island is not closed in the winter. A lot of tourist attraction, of course, are scaled down.
Yeah.
Opening times may be shorter. Some are completely closed. But generally, you still can explore this beautiful island and rent the cars. I mean, you have more, Adrian, you got more experience with renting cars than anybody else in this room.
Yes, because I have had a lot of car breakdowns for all sorts of different reasons. Oh dear, I won't list them all now. There's far too many. We'll be here all night broadcasting those out. But actually, to be fair, the majority of car hire firms do close down over the winter months. However, there are several, I should say, firms operating all year round, different parts of the island. And I can definitely tell the caller for sure that there is an all year round car hire rental firm operating out of Benitez. And we mustn't forget the big boys.
The big boys,
Avis
exactly,
and Hertz, for instance, and Europcar and Budget, I think. They're all offering a full-on service throughout the winter months. And here's an incentive for you guys. They offer discounts. I had an unfortunate escapade with a car I had. It was in a garage for weeks. Dreadful. We won't go into that. But I had to hire this car, and it so happened it came from a big firm, which was Hertz. But the lady there was so lovely, and I got an absolute fantastic deal, which equated to less than €30 a day. That's including insurance, and it was quite a nice car, so it wasn't bad at all. It was good, yeah.
So you can chop around a little bit then?
Yes. Oh, you've got a bit of choice. But the firm I quoted in Benitez, I can't remember the name of it. It's something like All Year Round Car Hire or something like that. But it's a small firm. Obviously, Avis and Hertz and Europcar are very big outfits.
Yes.
But you will have a car all year round here.
Oh, that's good. That's fantastic.
Yeah, all services are open. When you
Absolutely.
go, it's not like the people have in their head the island shuts down. As soon as the tourism is over, that's it. The island is in shutdown mode.
No.
Somehow, yes, but it's not extreme shutdown. You have the extreme tourist areas where you see it's like, the flipping up the pavements. Boop.
Yes.
But this is the real touristy.
Yes.
Yeah. There is no Greek infrastructure really. There's no village behind it. But most of the holiday places there is a village behind it, and it's open all year. And I got the heat in the summer. That's the only draw. Otherwise, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Everywhere you go, like you're challenged. 10 minutes on the island. And
10 minutes drive.
It still stands, guys. I'm a man of my word.
Absolutely.
So, for rent-a-cars, for sure, no problem. Very good service, very helpful. They pick you up from the airport, they arrange this through the airport. And use it. I mean, it has an advantage in the winter because the roads are not that full.
A very good point, Thomas.
You enjoy much more exploring in the winter here.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's a lot easier to drive around, isn't it?
It is, yes. You can get to A to B quick as no time. In fact, it could take me about 50 minutes, really, to go from where I am in Halikarnas to Corfu town in the summer, maybe an hour. In the winter months, not breaking the speed limit, driving at a responsible, normal speed, you can do it in half an hour.
That's very
and
good.
still have the beautiful view. And the other thing, of course, which I have mentioned before, I'm just going to remind you again, is that in the winter months you get a different kind of light.
Yes, we used to say
yes, and that light that shimmers on the water is breathtaking, everybody.
Yeah.
So if it's it's worth coming here for the winter just to see the light.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an artist.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, the sea is you can draw so much inspiration from this island.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that was the question from Debbie in the
Thank
UK
you,
about
Debbie.
the car rental. Thank you, Debbie, for that. And the next one is a German one from Frank in Germany. Is a question.
Guten Abend, I think. Guten Abend, our friends
Wunderschönen
in
guten
Germany.
Abend nach Deutschland,
Hallo,
selbstverständlich. Schön, dass ihr uns zuschaut. Thank you for this question, guys. It's okay. Has to do it. We haven't thought of that. Yeah, we really. It's a thing we know it exists, but that's another thing for winter tourism. No, he asks how it is to be here over New Year on this island.
Okay, well, just as good as anywhere else, really. It is celebrated. They have quite a do-on in Corfu town, I believe, and they do have fireworks, which is always a good thing for New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. They got fireworks. There's no question about it.
I was going to ask about fireworks. Are they restricted here, or...?
They are. I was told, very sadly, that no normal person can go out and buy a firework. You have to be licensed and properly registered in order to get them. Yes, that's what I was told.
I saw shops who sell fireworks here. You can go in. I mean, this must be the normal consumer fireworks. And I think Jumbo got some too.
I don't know. I tried to have a firework thing here a couple of years ago, and I didn't get anywhere at all. I wasn't able to do that, Thomas, but maybe maybe things have changed. I don't know, but I'd love to know if I could buy fireworks. I certainly would.
Or maybe we could ask out there if anybody knows what the ruling is on fireworks, because I know Adrian loves his fireworks.
That's the one thing I miss.
You're a bit of a
pyromaniac.
Yes. Yeah, a bit of a pyromaniac.
Certainly not a pyrotechnic, that's for sure.
Huh?
Is he really?
Well, he loves his fireworks.
I mean, I heard some stories. Okay, we're talking now. We heard some stories when we talked with friends. No, sometimes we're chilling together. But some said in the past the man put on quite spectacular.
Yes, he did.
Fireworks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been there.
Yes. Come on.
I assisted for. I think we were out for about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours, still letting off fireworks.
Wow.
Yeah. It was not just over in 5 minutes. It was pretty much 2 hours.
It was a display.
2 hours of display. It was amazing.
It's one of those things I've always loved since a small child, I remember the days when you used to have those jumping jack flashes, which were absolutely terrifying. Do you remember them?
I don't, I'm afraid. No, I'm not that old.
Thank you, Wayne.
Sorry, man.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm not so
No worries. I can take it.
I know.
No, I have to say I have a penchant for fireworks.
You do.
Much to the annoyance of my ex-neighbours in England, who really had a real problem with that. I did live on the middle of nowhere, on a common in the middle of nowhere, I should say, and I had this one lot of neighbours next to me, and every year they'd petition me not to have fireworks. It was just the one thing I did there, once a year. I never had any parties, never made much noise, never had loads of people around, just this one day. And I did it because, to me, the 5th of November was about, standing up for democracy, holding people to account. And, we see so many awful explosions and dreadful things with gunpowder that kill and maim. A firework, although it is a deadly thing if mishandled, and of course you must be extra careful handling fireworks, of course, but in safe hands, when you let them off in the correct and appropriate manner, they are a sight to behold.
They are.
I mean, we all know the wonderful London and Sydney and all around the world, Hong Kong and Beijing and everywhere else, wonderful firework displays at New Year's Eve. But in England, there was something about standing in a cold field in the fog.
Beginning of November.
Freezing cold, and trying to get this damp firework that you'd left over from last year to light right again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But no, we had some good laughs, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, and in actual fact, I have an endearing memory of an actress friend of mine who has slightly collaborated with StudioKerkyra in the past, and she came along to one of these little jamboree bashes in the back of my garden on this common, and she got, she had a terrible problem with a screaming hellcat. For some reason, this particular firework wanted to follow her all around the garden. The poor lady was running left, right and centre all over the place. I wish I'd have filmed it, not to her embarrassment, of course, but it was an amusing spectacle. The good news is, ladies and gentlemen, all these years later, she is still laughing about it.
And we are too.
Yes. Actually, by the way, I remember another story when I was about 25. I was living somewhere else in Surrey in a flat, actually, and I had a garage, and in the top of the garage I was storing things from work, which was a petrol station, and I had all these toboggans, these plastic toboggans, and I stupidly put Caffeine wheels on the side of the garage, thinking it was a good place, and they all worked except for one, which was a dud. So, of course, I ignored it to my peril, because what had happened was the thing hadn't gone out at all. It had started a fire in the roof of this garage, and the next thing I know is suddenly there's this spontaneous combustion of all these plastic sledges, and the whole garage was on fire. Absolute nightmare. I had a lot of people there as well, and the police and the fire engines were called. It was, dear, mate, so embarrassing. I had to give the Firemen's Benevolent Society a healthy donation just to, keep them quiet.
Keep it out of the press.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it out of the press, yes. And everyone went away on their merry way. And the people who owned and lived in the rest of the house, they never got over the shock, but they thought it was very funny. And there was a Spanish guy staying there as a lodger, I think, and I always remember he was absolutely laughing himself silly. He said he'd never seen such a funny thing. Well, yes, I'll leave that to your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. But the serious point here is fireworks are dangerous, and you've got to be really careful with them. And if you think they've gone out, just leave them. Be extra careful with them. Perhaps a bucket of sand is always a good thing to have around. Better than water, actually.
Yeah. But that definitely is nuclear. Nuclear?
Now we're lifting off.
I'm thinking of North Korea. New Year's
celebrations.
Celebrations. Sorry about that, folks. Well, that would be a firework and a half.
Yeah, that would be a bang.
See the year in. But yeah, there definitely are New Year celebrations here.
Yes, there are, and people do celebrate New Year's just like.
Of course, like everywhere else.
Yeah.
No, there's some parties on. So if you look then on different groups on the website, you can see all the festivities and parties for New Year's Eve. But also when you go into town in the evenings, I think by the Old Fort is a brilliant firework every year, or the Casino Hotel has a fantastic firework.
Right,
great.
So now there is events going on. New Year can be fantastic here.
Fabulous.
Special, I think it's for sure a great idea from Frank to mention that about New Year's Eve. Winter holidays, why not? They go everywhere else. People travel to New York, okay, it's not the same, but close. But why don't come to Corfu?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
For a change.
For a change, yeah. No, it's the Old Fort. I know people every year. 2nd of January, people post pictures from the fantastic fireworks, what's going on all over the island. So they really know us. But one thing the Greeks, the Corfuites know is how to celebrate. Believe me that, and don't miss that.
Do know how to celebrate.
That's a big treat, I tell you, to be able to take part in one of the Corfuite celebrations. Wow.
I was lucky enough to go to Panieri at Pentati.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Such good fun.
That was your first Panieri, wasn't it?
It was my first, yes.
And how do you think? What do you think about it?
It was wonderful. Food, drink, music, dancing, yes. That's the way it goes.
So proper Greek style. It's
lovely.
Yeah. So total success. And you fall in love also with these donuts. We have to find out how they call it in Greek. Do you know that?
Donuts.
We call them donuts. They are not donuts.
Oh.
Okay.
They dough balls.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're very nice, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Yeah, Claire always says, okay, this is they eat the middle from our donuts in England.
That's it.
Yeah.
But with the sauces on top, superb.
Yeah. Lovely.
No, but New Year's Eve for sure, guys. There's lots on. There's concerts. There's New Eve concert, I believe, in the municipal theater. There's some programs. We will keep you up to date. We have to look in and get the event calendar from the municipal theater because there's philharmonicas. There's more philharmonicas on this island than on other island.
There are. There's the most in Greece. There's 22, is it? Or
I think 22.
20 something. Yeah. I think it's 22.
Yeah, and the biggest three put every year Christmas concert on, New Year's concert on. Fantastic. They're very good. Cool. So it's for sure a way for New Year. Yeah, join here New Year's Eve. Brilliant idea, Frank. Thank you for that one.
Thank you, Frank.
That was a real good one. Okay, guys, we're nearly up to our break, but before we go on to break, I want to advertise something quickly. Yeah. That one? Yeah, we go on there. And one thing what is brilliant. And there we go. And that's the travel guide to 50 Corfu villages by Steve Ford. Steve Ford, British, lives here. Half the year I think he's here, half the year he's in England or forward backward, but we will find out exactly because in April he will be back on Corfu. Excellent. And then we will have him on the show and he can tell us much more about the village book. But the village book, because we spoke of travel guides on the island, that's a fantastic one. If you want to explore the travel guide to 50, the history of 50 Corfu villages by Stephen Ford, you can purchase, and that's very important, at www.corfuvillages.eu. The copy costs £9.95, and every single penny to that is donated from Steve to Corfu Yacht charities.
I think that's great.
It's lovely.
Animal, children, pensioners. So, and he does this successfully for a few years. So, also if you just watch us and you don't have any intention to come to Corfu, but you want to know a little bit more about the island, just buy that book. It's fantastic. You learn so much about history. But once again, just to round it off, is the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. And you can buy your copy at www.corfuvillages.eu. Copy is £9.95, and every single penny goes to Corfu charities.
Hooray!
So what a good initiative.
Yeah,
very good. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. And we're looking forward to see you on the show in April.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, guys, I think the first half of the show we got successfully, I believe. Anything else to add before we go on a quick break?
No more technical gremlins anywhere?
No, seems to work fine. So to everybody who watched earlier, sorry we had a couple of audio problems, but we successfully solved them.
Yeah. And thank you for your patience, for hanging on in there and continuing to watch.
Yes, definitely. We are going on a short break, and we will be back, in a minute or two.
Don't go away, folks.
No, don't go away.
Don't go away. See you in a sec. And hello and welcome back after a short break to Nightshift live from Corfu. Hello guys.
Hello.
Cool. Okay, we're done with our question and answers for Corfu, but if you have any more answers about Corfu, this beautiful island, if you think of coming on holiday or you come on holiday or already regular but haven't explored the island, well, any question you have regarding this island, please don't hesitate. Write us to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com and we will do our best to answer your questions or maybe even tell you something new you didn't know about.
That's right.
Well, we'll try.
We'll try very hard.
But the key thing is we absolutely love to hear from you.
We do.
Whatever it is, just write in, send us a message, or if you're feeling brave, give us a ring and you can be live on IPTV yourself, broadcasting to the world from StudioKerkyra here in Agios Mateos, Corfu, Greece.
Fabulous.
I think that covers it.
Beautiful. Yes, and if you want to contact us direct in the studio and chat with us live on air through Skype, just go on. StudioKerkyra is our username on Skype. Log on, send us a request. We call you or you call us and we have a quick chat. So if you want to take part, don't be shy, call in.
Absolutely.
So what brings us on to one of our favorite parts of the show?
Yes.
Yeah, it's our daily moan.
We love a good moan.
Yeah, come on, we do. Yeah. We do. And where do we start off? I know where we start off.
Go on.
I want to moan about Facebook a little bit more today. But no, not moan. Yesterday was a little bit emotional. As well, certain decisions I don't understand. And I just hate it when a system judges what you do. Yeah. Scenario from yesterday, if I just mentioned it short, so maybe someone on Facebook is watching. This lucky. The scenario from yesterday is what just our boss here. She started to share Nightshift.
Yes.
We mentioned it on StudioKerkyra on the Facebook page, and she shared this article. We live tonight again from 10 till 12, and she was able to post it into 4 groups. Yeah, 4 groups, and. All of a sudden, let me call it up because I think this is really funny. She posted it to 3 groups, 4 groups, and then all of a sudden she got blocked. Now she's blocked until the 5th of December from posting in any group or joining any group or take part in any discussion. And the reason they're given is, why have you been blocked? To help Facebook. To help to keep Facebook safe. We sometimes block certain content and actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Claire isn't hardly a terrorist, is she? She's a very nice lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they say if there's a mistake we made, okay, then please explain why you think this was an error. And submit that to us, and then we see. No, it's okay, at least she got that through. You still don't know why. I mean, to keep users on Facebook safe. Facebook, not Facebook, Facebook safe. I don't get that. It's again what upsets me most. Sorry, guys. What really upsets me most is this artificial intelligence who is judging us now.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't work.
Well,
I can't. Man, you can see it here. The only thing she's doing is sharing it to other groups. We live. We want to talk about the island. If you want to take part, okay, it's not a problem. Do so. You're right, right?
Yeah, I'm just having a cough. Excuse me.
No, don't worry. Just get on. To spread the word.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all. And that's why the share button is here. Share.
Share.
No? So I don't know if this has to do, does the system think the spamming or does we say something? I don't know. It's just how can this system identify from a post, from a shared post, okay, this post is dangerous. What is still up? The first 4 she put up, they're still in place.
Yeah.
Well, and then she gets blocked for a thing. I mean,
there's some anomaly here, Thomas, because that's one of the reasons why I was a bit funny about Facebook. I'll have to share something with you.
Yeah, please.
I got extremely angry, actually, some years ago. Tragic case of Lee Rigby, the Fusilier, who was butchered on the streets at Woolwich in London. And the point here is that one of his attackers, both in prison, serving a long prison stretch, one of his attackers 7 times he had opened an account, a private account on Facebook, and each time they were closed down by Facebook, but no one at Facebook decided to tell the authorities, the Secret Service, or anybody. And I don't understand, because that guy was posting appalling hatred, and I'm sure Claire was doing nothing else but positive energy about Nightshift, our program here, and we're hardly that offensive, are we, ladies and gentlemen? Are we really that offensive? No, I don't think so. We don't mean to be anyway. We just love the island, and we want to share the love with you. I don't make no apologies of my infectious love for this place. I just want to rub it off onto you, because it really is great here. So I don't think anything that Nightshift or StudioKerkyra was doing in terms of Facebook would be offensive. Thomas, do you?
I can't understand that. I mean, she used her account to promote us a little bit, to get the word out. Yeah. And I can't see the problem. No, it just annoys me, you know. By everything else, they're working slow. And what annoys me most is when Facebook started off as a brilliant idea, and I really enjoyed it. I still do. Don't get me wrong, I still do. But you know, you were able to connect with old friends. You were able to connect with old school friends.
That's the marvelous thing.
I mean, how fantastic! That's what they ground the basic idea, and it's developed into much more. Yeah. And now it's every new thing what comes on. It's always the same. We in Europe, we are the last one who get it. It will be first implemented in the United States, and everything is United States standard. Wake-up call for you, Mr. Zuckerberg, is not everybody has the same internet speed you guys have in the States. So some systems are slower than you guys may be used to. But, you know, it's losing the touch with the users. That's what annoys me most.
Exactly.
We're all normal users, and we get punished because other people abuse the system. But then it's big corporations who are not doing anything. They're just thinking commercial. How much money can I make? How can I double the turnover so I have more profits? And that's the direction it goes. It's just how you can make money out of people like us online. Man, we don't have a problem spending sometimes a couple of pennies. But come on, you feel pushed.
Yeah.
You feel really, I don't know, it's annoying, and I don't say that Facebook is bad. It's for sure good, but I think he lost a little bit touch. He pulled himself too far away from his own baby. You know what is Facebook?
Yeah.
So it's and now you have the highly educated businessmen sitting there would make decisions and have no touch with reality at all. They don't have a clue about what people think out there anymore, or how people behave, or how their routines are. Everything changed. We talk in a moment about how the social media changed the face when you go out nowadays. Okay, well, it really annoys me, and then you get explanations where I say, okay, we are not dumb. These explanations worked 10 years ago. Nowadays, you know, but you have to come out with the truth a little bit more, because people are used to the truth. And not always do excuses. It's one excuses from these big executives who lost touch with reality after another. So, okay, I'm on, you carry on, guys.
Well, while we're here, let's make a direct appeal to Facebook. As I said to you last night, we used your service, Facebook, to do a Facebook Live a couple of weeks here in Agios Mateos, because it was its name day, and it was the first pressing of the precious olive oil, which is a really big thing here for the locals. And something went wrong, didn't it, Thomas? We had a technical issue. But we have been on Facebook Live, and in light of what Thomas has just said about the account being blocked, I'm making now a direct appeal to you, Facebook Incorporated. Please restore us to our full proper glory. And if you would like, come along. Join us here on the famous sofa, and you can state your case. We're ready for you.
Definitely. No, it's a good point you just raised. No, just to make this explain this a little. This is where I said, guys, in the States you got high internet speeds. You can use bandwidths. Wow! In certain areas, especially where we work, we operate in, our internet connections are not that fast. So, example, what happened by this live broadcast, where there's software-based vision mixers. We have a traditional here. We have a proper vision mixer like film studios or TV studios have. Plus, we have our third party. The problem is here, we don't have high enough speeds to support this third-party software. So when we want to stream live onto Facebook, we can do it via third-party software where they amazingly getting this stream key, what we need for our encoder, what we can't find. I can't find it on Facebook. If I would have this stream key, then we could stream direct from housing direct onto Facebook. So maybe he got people employed at Facebook who don't know what they call probably old technology, but it's not. I promise you, it's not old technology. It's proper professional standard technology. So, and not just software based. And the problem for us now, so maybe Mr. Zuckerberg wants to understand that, is our internet speed is not high enough to support these third-party softwares where we can stream simultaneously to YouTube and to Facebook. We run in our location, the speed we have, it doesn't work.
No.
But they don't keep that in mind. They think, for me it looks like everything is tested, everything is started off in the States, but they don't look outside the States. How is the infrastructure? They forget about it. They think, we have this in America, you have this the rest of the world. My God, how small-minded can you be? And that's what gets me, because if I'm executive of a big company, I have to keep this in mind, or the people I hire, the professionals I hire, they should be aware of stuff like that. They should optimize this better. It all comes down, to interacting with your users. Ask your users. I know they're doing it, but you always ask the same. I never got ask anything. It's development. It's all theory, And now we put this theory in, and they struggle. Ask people who do the practical sides. They would give you some fantastic answers for sure. Okay, guys, thank you. You can carry on. But no, it's how it is.
So what you're saying really is that we need a big boost of extra power, then, Thomas. Is that right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it's the bits per second, isn't it, that is quite low here.
It's quite low here, exactly.
It is quite low.
I
must admit, because I have to admit I'm a bit of a gamer.
A bit, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a large bit, I think.
No.
Oh, hang on a minute. Many an hour can pass by in front of Wayne with the old game. I know these things, sir.
But the internet speed is not practical.
No.
For multiplayer gaming, as I quite like to do.
That eats the juice, does it?
Yeah, it's the speed isn't fast enough, so you find gaming just impossible, to be honest. Which is why I'm not gaming very much.
Okay. Right.
Because every time you have like a 3-second delay, and a 3-second delay on a game can be problematic. Yeah,
That's it.
It is.
That's it. Yeah, it makes it harder also to stream. I mean, now YouTube, you can live stream. Facebook, you can live stream. Well, they don't realize, the infrastructure is not the same in every country.
No.
Although Cosmo Tay are doing their best here, aren't they?
Cosmo Days, definitely Cosmo Days.
They're laying in fibre cables now, aren't they?
I believe they started to upgrade on the island on the fiber cable and lift the speed. But just to give an example, in some areas here you have a download speed, if you're lucky, from 1 to 1.5 megabit, and an upload speed from around 400 to 500 kilobits a second.
Ooh,
and that's it. Yeah. I mean, it's bad when you. I'm sure now, if there's a consumer in the United States who would get this speed, hell will break loose.
I will say that I had at one point 852 bits.
Wow.
Not kilobits.
Bits. Wow.
Which is that's under a kilobit.
It's
nothing.
It's not even worth mentioning it.
It's not even worth mentioning at all, really, to be honest. I was thinking, I looked at the screen, I was like, 852, fantastic, and then I looked at it, it was like, just bits.
How pardon my ignorance here, how in relation to 56k, where does that leave us?
56 kilobits?
Yes.
56. 56, his age.
Yeah. My first computer, which was a long time ago, that's what it had. 56k.
With the dial-up modem.
56k.
Yeah.
Yes, the 56k dial-up modems you probably had, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, what made funny sound when they locked on.
Probably. Yes, it did. In fact, very irritating noise, if I remember.
First PC I had, first personal computer that I had was a Dragon 32, which had 32 kilobits of memory.
Wow.
It was amazing. I mean, if you think back to something like the Amiga, which had 1 megabyte.
Yeah, unbelievable.
One
This was
huge megabyte of memory.
Yeah.
And now you're talking
Tetrabytes, aren't you?
Tetrabytes.
Extraordinary.
Terabytes, no?
Oh,
Yeah.
terabytes.
Terabytes, no, I
Yeah.
don't terabytes, no. So it's data transfer became much faster. No, it's a shame. I understand if you don't upgrade these things on a regular basis, you will run into problems.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what this is a little and yeah. Somehow they fixing it. They're working hard on. So I think Cosmode is working very hard to rectify these things, and slowly we're getting in to a good state. Definitely. Okay, that was my quick. Let it go. Facebook.
I really want to start singing that from Frozen. I really do. Will you say, let it go.
Let it go.
No, sorry.
Oh, fantastic.
Carry on.
No hard feelings, but this is really, the guys have to, not just Facebook, it's other social media sites, they have to understand some of the infrastructures are not fast enough. And, when you constantly hear, oh, they can do this and they can do this, but we're here in Europe, we're sitting and saying, okay, we have to wait. Yeah, it starts getting annoying a little bit, and you get a little bit fed up. No? Where I say, normally companies like that, that's not Facebook, YouTube, they should all be forced to have in each country they present to have an office and run that direct from there. I know this will cost more. I'm aware of that, but if no solution is found, then I think this is one way you have to force them.
And then at least there would be a local place that you could complain to.
Exactly, and there's a complaint. There's a local place who can respond.
Yeah.
This all with the network, how they set it up. I mean, I should think maybe there is a small mistake in the in the setup, what could be simply rectified.
Yeah.
Or stop developing so many useless tools what half of us don't ever use, and stick your head into something where say, okay, verification.
Yeah, verification.
Absolutely. As example.
Yeah.
This would be a big step forward if we could verify. You have a Facebook user, YouTube user, and that's the person who it makes out to be.
Yeah.
Would be fantastic.
It would.
Okay, let's move on, and that goes on to the next one, and this is the... we're still moaning, aren't we? Great. Trump. Your favorite subject, Adrian. Take it away.
Well, steady on. No, news came in just before we were coming to the studio here tonight about Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, has got into a bit of trouble for retweeting 3 videos, in fact, that actually came from the United Kingdom, and they came from a group called Britain First, which was first formed in 2011, breakaway members of the British National Party. These videos were originally put on Twitter by Jada Franson. Now, she has, I believe, 52,000 Twitter followers, dwarfed by, of course, Donald Trump's staggering 44 million Twitter followers. But Mr. Trump's got into a little bit of bother today because he retweeted these 3 video posts. The problem with one of them is that it purportedly shows a Muslim gentleman attacking a non-Muslim gentleman who is supported by crutches. I haven't seen these videos. I have no idea. And the other 2 videos that were posted and retweeted, apparently we can't actually be sure that the people in them were indeed proper, genuine Muslims. So, I mean, it's all a bit... I don't know. I would say that the White House spokeswoman in defense of the President, Donald Trump, Sarah Sanders, she said that these are real threats and we have to talk about them. Whether it's a real video, the threat is real. It's important to talk about national security and national threats. Now, that's the point, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's a real video, very casual, well, that says to me fake news. Fake news.
Totally, yeah, completely screams fake news.
It does,
I mean, it's downplaying the whole situation.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I meant with excuses. It's so they feed us...
Yeah.
Excuses, I needed something. I had to bite my tongue. But they feed us excuses where we all know, hey, they said in British, bollocks.
Yeah. Well, Downing Street, Mrs May, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is very concerned. Downing Street spokesman said it was wrong to retweet these videos, and Britain First had used, quote, hateful narratives which peddle lies and stoke tensions. Your friend Piers Morgan, Thomas, he's supposed to be quite friendly with Donald Trump. They're supposed to have had quite a good Twitter relationship. Well, even he's horrified, and he says, quote, Mr. Piers Morgan, the worst thing Mr. Trump has done as president. Strong words from Piers Morgan.
Yeah,
Jeremy Corbyn tweeted, they are abhorrent, dangerous, and a threat to our society. And the other comment that stood out was from a guy called Brendan Cox. Now, he's the bereaved husband of the murdered MP.
Joe Cox.
Joe Cox, yes, right, yes.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely outraged. But apart from being angry and outraged, rather interestingly, he actually thinks, this is Mr. Cox, that it's all part of Mr. Trump's strategy, and it isn't a mistake at all.
What do you mean, strategy?
Strategy to put the fear of hell into American citizens, and he's trying to say that, look, it's gone wrong in the United Kingdom, they've allowed loads of Muslims into the country, we don't want that happening here in the States, and this is the reason why. So this is the alleged thing.
I see.
He's retweeted these videos to remind the American public that we really don't want it. I suppose it's reinforcing his Muslim travel ban that he's been trying to get through. It's very sad, though, isn't it?
No, I think it's out of order.
I think it's totally
it's
out
completely
of order.
out of order. I mean, there you see, he's not behaving anyway like a normal politician. No, I mean,
well, he's not a normal politician, is he? That's the thing.
No, for me, he's not a normal person
man.
at all. Exactly. I mean, he's another one who lost touch with reality.
Totally.
He thinks he's so hooked up. He knows what's going on. He's another one who doesn't. He thinks he
lives
does.
in a bubble. That's what he does. He lives
exactly.
in a bubble.
It's in his and using Twitter as a president, you know. My God, is he running a country or is he tweeting all day?
I think he's doing a bit of both. And somebody else told me he spends 6 hours watching movies or television. So how does he manage to do all that together? I don't know.
Yeah, because he's not running. I tell you that he's not running the country at all. It seems to me, you know, no, seriously, it seems just it's all show. He's for sure a good showman. There's no question about it. Some things he lets out, I agree. But they get rarer and rarer and rarer. I think he got himself into a bad situation with all the comments he made in the campaign, and then after the campaign he had to pull a few things back.
Yes.
He said, and now he starts getting, you know, extreme. It's really extreme responses. What make him look? I don't know. I don't want to. It makes him look bad.
Yes, I think my personal opinion about him is that, you know, he was a very successful businessman.
He is rather. We should
or
say.
is.
Yeah.
Well, is he now? Because I mean, at the moment, technically, he's not allowed to be a businessman, is he?
It's being run by his family.
Oh yeah. Okay. Like he's going to let them run his business.
Yeah. No,
I'm not sure about that. But I think as a businessman, he was very successful. Although filed for bankruptcy. I don't know how many times he filed for bankruptcy. But I didn't think a bankrupt could become president.
That's a very good point. Actually, no, because that's what they said about George W. Bush. Yes, there was a long story about
same scenario there, no? And he somehow miraculously got out of his bankruptcy and into money and became president.
The rumour there is that there was some hasty inside trading doing just before he took up the job of president. He had to sell out of his position in a very large American firm, which I actually think was called Raytheon, actually. But no, it was very bad. One rule for one and one rule for another. Yeah. However, we should say here, in the light of bonhomie and democracy, that Mr. Trump is very welcome to defend himself, and we'd love to hear from you, Donald. So, if you're not happy with what we're saying, please get in touch with us.
Or tweet us.
Yeah, tweet us, absolutely. You can tweet me. I don't know about the studio, but you can certainly tweet me. My Twitter account name, Addy, or whatever they call it, is my name. That's Marvel, and there's a nasty little tricky underscore, and it goes ADE. So please, Donald, give us a tweet.
That'd be lovely.
I should point out one serious point, though.
Okay.
Going back to hate, and we are talking videos of hatred here. The lady that originally posted these videos, 3 of them, the Jada Franson lady that I was telling you about, I should point out, she's actually waiting to appear at Belfast Magistrates Court on the 14th of December this year, relating to a speech that she made in Belfast in August earlier on this year, where she was alleged to have used threatening and abusive words or behaviour during a speech. That's on her charge sheet. So I would say to Jada Franson, where's the love? Come on, we're one world, all this hatred. You can't blame everything on the Muslims. The funny thing is, I'll go off on a tangent here, Brexit. Before Brexit happened, and that's another subject, we'll come to that another day, before the UK allegedly democratically voted to leave the European Union, I'll return to that on another occasion.
Yeah, carry on.
Actually, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Maybe I'll leave that for another day.
Okay.
I've totally forgotten what I was going to say.
You were going to say about the hatred and Jada Franson.
I thought I'd said it, yes. Honestly, in this day and age, we're through with hate, surely. Come on, one world, let's have love.
We're all human.
Yes, and we're all different, and we should celebrate each other's differences and learn from each other's culture and historical relevance and importance.
You see, it makes me think that most of these politicians who come out with this stuff, they should be sent on a seminar about multicultural diversity.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, they should.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, nobody understands that. It's funny. When you speak, I noticed that. On your travels, you meet other people.
Yes.
Of course. No, that's the beautiful thing on
that
when you
is
travel.
the wonderful thing about it, yeah.
But it's always the people who traveled are more open-minded than people who sit in their country and never leave it.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
There's more understanding.
Yes.
And some of the politicians it's not just in the UK, it's in Europe, you have this everywhere. Some of the politicians who scream loudest, that's the ones who don't look outside their own country. And when I'm part of a union, like we are in the European Union, from time to time I have to look outside my own country and see, okay, how do other countries adjust to that European Union membership? What do they implement? What is their advantages? What I can take of it? Well, they all miss that. They're so fixed on their country and that's it. And I want the old way back. So to me, it seems quite a lot of the politicians try to push back the old way like it was. Where people go to work for 9 to 5. They pay their taxes and keep quiet. And we're gonna tell them what to do. And since the internet came, social media arrived. They're finding it harder and harder and harder to control. By the end of the day, and I love that, we still have freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Although that can be abused sometimes.
Yep.
I mean, there's a case in point we could debate about the Charlie Hebdo cartoon in Paris, France, where the editor there just would not listen, and he just persisted in printing the most appalling alleged satire. I mean, he was drawing the Prophet Muhammad and all the rest of it, which obviously inflamed the Muslim community. But actually, this guy didn't stop there. He offended the Italians. He was drawing cartoons after the Italian earthquake disaster. Many scores of people died. It was a tragic thing. And he was taking the mickey out of it. There's a line. Of course we should have free speech.
Of course.
In London's very lucky to have Hyde Park Corner. I know that. I've been there myself. Got into all sorts of trouble. But as Thomas says, that's okay. That's part of a free-moving democratic society, and freedom of speech is most important in that. But there is a line that you can cross over very easily, and before which it becomes offensive, not to mention slanderous and libel. So I think there's got to be some parameters with freedom of speech.
Of course.
Maybe that's a topic for another day.
For another day, yes.
And I've just remembered what it was that I was going to say before I lost myself in Brexit and stuff. Before the UK decided to leave the EU in March 2019, that's coming up, it was known by many people in the UK that the EU was one of those things that was used to blame. Anything that went wrong in the UK, blame the Europeans. It's Europe's fault. We're in the EEC. We're in the EU. It was always that. Now I'm saying, it's all Muslims' fault. All the ills of the country, the UK that is, it's all down to Muslims and immigrants. Ban the immigrants. It's all their fault. Well, here's a question for you guys. If you ban all the Muslims and you stop all the immigrants coming in and you leave the EU and things go wrong, as they always do, things might go right, of course. But when they go wrong, who are you going to blame then?
That's a very good question. Very good. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Who are you going to blame?
Exactly. And we would love to know. So watch this space, guys. We'll see what happens. No doubt we'll keep a running commentary on Brexit as the years go by.
I expect we will.
Definitely.
Actually, I can feel there's some very angry people. I can feel the anger coming off the camera there in the tavernas. I'm sure there's lots of people who are Brexiteers watching me say all this. Well, if you are, that's cool. You're great entitled to your opinion and everything else. But please come here and explain to me exactly why Brexit's a good thing. Because I actually don't think it is.
Fair enough. Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay, you're very welcome.
It's very debatable. Okay, we done our moaning. You want to carry on moaning?
I think I've done enough moaning for all week. I'm not going to moan tomorrow. Guys, I tell you, tomorrow there's going to be a single moan out of my mouth.
I'll hold you to that. Do you know what? I'll hold you to that.
Deafening pause there.
Okay, what is the penalty if he does?
There was a pause because it was like a shock.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes. No, I promise you, I'm going to be good to my word.
I'm so happy he said this on live television.
We got some gaffer tape ready.
Okay, guys, just to take a little bit on a lighter note, I'm going to show you my favorite partner of the show. And here we go!
Candice, hello
Candice.
there.
So that is Candice. It's another 12-week-old. We had yesterday
was that her?
Chelsea?
Yes, that was her sibling, yes?
And this is sibling. This is sister is Charlie. Candice. Yeah, and Candice is same. Is 12 weeks old. Is a female. What a lovely little thing she is. Yeah, and she is also looking for a forever home. And the people who shelter her and take good care of her until we hopefully manage one day to place a dog somewhere. We would really love to hear a success story there. Is the people of Corfu Care Shelter Berolades. This is near Sitari. And if you want to get more information about this little doggy and other doggies they have up for adoption, go on to www.carecorfu.com. You'll find all the information you need on there. And if you decide, okay, I want to know a little bit more, I want to talk to somebody, if you're outside Greece, don't forget the country code 0030 and then the telephone number 69720721555. So I say this again, country code of Greece 0030 and mobile number that is 69720721555. Easier is when you go onto the website and send them a quick email if you have any questions. Yeah. But here is Candice. Candice, I said this right?
Candice.
Yes. Yeah. Age 12 weeks and a female dog what looks for a forever home. So people have a think, have a look, have a think. Dogs are fantastic.
Absolutely.
Companions.
And you know, looking from that photograph there, it looks like she's exposing her tummy, ready to be tickled.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
She wants a jolly good tickling. I'm sure there's someone out there who will tickle Candice into a happy home.
Yeah, it would be beautiful to get pictures then where she settles in a happy new home. No?
That'd be lovely. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, guys, so once more, Candice, 12 weeks old, females looking for a forever home, part of a small litter what was found in a box on the beach. Yeah, the other siblings is Charlie and Chelsea. So all three, we get the other ones up tomorrow. They are all at Corfu Care Shelter in Berolades. This is near Sitari. If you want to watch it online, you see the web address on there. It's www.carecorfu.com. Or if you want to give them a ring for more information, is 0030 69720 72155. Okay, guys, brilliant. That's the doggies.
Oh,
nice, really. It's the Animal Corner. What brings us straight on now to our topic of today. And our topic of today was more or less requests from viewers. They want to know more about us, about StudioKerkyra.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well. Yes. Well,
where do we start off? Okay, let me start you off with one thing. And this was I have to get this up. Is this Teresa Dabena sent it in about if he was thinking about doing a
radio play.
Radio drama, funny radio plays, thing. And we got something similar. I wrote back to her and said, we have something similar coming up. And now I can say that. That is the art of fine reading, we call it, is performance readings.
Yes.
So I think, can you elaborate a little bit more, Adrian, there, or Wayne?
Well, yes, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
We were aiming to do a story from Jeeves and Worcester collection by P.G. Woodhouse. And we did the first chapter. I don't think this has been broadcast yet.
Nope.
But unfortunately, we've hit a stumbling block.
Yeah, big one.
Yes, we need a Florence Cray. So, Teresa or any of your friends or anyone else who would like to audition for a part of Florence Cray, please get in touch with us. Also, we have a part for an Edwin, don't we, who's a 15-year-old Boy Scout.
He is a Boy Scout, yes.
Possibly Uncle Willoughby, who's an old boy.
Yes, Uncle Willoughby as well, yes, indeed.
You see, Wayne and I, we can do many of these things, but we can't do too many different characters because for the audience at home, it gets a bit confusing.
And I don't look good as a Florence Cray. I can put on as much makeup as possible, but I still don't look like a Florence Cray.
I don't know. Bertie said, she has a wonderful profile. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I think Wayne's right profile isn't so bad, is it? Oh, actually, is it left? It's his left profile. Very good profile, Wayne.
Yes, and you have a very good right profile.
Oh, do I really? I'll make sure I'm like that. Wouldn't want to be looking the other side.
But no, seriously, we are looking for some additional actors to perform these particular plays and stuff.
So I mentioned Jeeves and Worcester by P.G. Woodhouse, but we're also looking at Sherlock Holmes story, where there's a Rachel that we need, and a Brunton, I think, and possibly someone else as well.
We need a few male and female actors, so yeah.
And we're also thinking about doing a little bit of Shakespeare.
Yes.
Yes, and we're going to start that quite soon. With Thomas's help and assistance, we will be doing a small Shakespeare performance reading within the next couple of weeks. Dare I stick my neck out and say that?
Wow. He stuck his neck out, hasn't he?
I have another chance.
I can't believe he just said that. I committed to something here.
Yes. And also, as a special Christmas treat, I don't know whether I use that word a little bit loosely, but anyway, we are aiming to broadcast before Christmas, possibly Christmas Eve, don't know, a story from Dickens.
I wonder what that will be.
I wonder. Bet you can't imagine.
Bet you can't guess.
No. But we're still working on that. And we'll have to do, I'm afraid to say, an abridged version, because otherwise it'll be 2-3 hours and you'll be all nodding off with your mince pies and whatever else, and waiting for Santa to come down the chimney or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be that enthralled with 3 hours of me gabbling on, or indeed Wayne, with Dickens, even though it's a marvellous story, perfect for Christmas time. But we'll talk more about that later. But generally, what I actually wanted to say, everybody, is that this is a new venture here. We are still finding our feet. Please bear with us. We do have the odd technical difficulty, as you saw earlier on, which was so masterfully corrected in such super-duper time by Thomas.
Very quickly and brilliantly, must I add.
But we are a fluid IPTV channel here.
We are.
And we want to not just do the wonderful Nightshift that's broadcast to you every weekday
we want to do
night
much more.
live. We want to do much more. Exactly. But as everything, it's slowly, which in Greek is cigar. And as you can imagine, that's one of my favourite and oft-used expressions. They call me the manana man,
That's
I have
probably
to say.
because you do go cigar most of the
Do
time.
Anyway, we'd love to do all these things with you, but we do need your help. So,
We do.
You know, if you've got a few hours to spend and you fancy coming down to the studio and being overawed by all this wonderful technical brilliance and the ability to talk to the world, well, then this is the place for you.
Definitely. But StudioKerkyra is not just about that performance readings now. What we're doing is more. What we do, man, we all three, we quite long within the industry. No, I don't want to.
Different different industry. I mean, I come from the theatre background, whereas you come from film and television.
Yeah, we're still entertainment.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know what, exactly.
Yes, yeah.
But our mixture, I mean, Adrian, you're more, you both, you on stage and you in front of the camera. I mean, but you started when now too, being more in front of the camera than on stage and behind stage. I mean, we three, we got quite a good background. And when you throw this all together, what we do, and that's why we started StudioKerkyra. We want to do projects, and very important, onto your heart is, it's all the new talents.
Yeah.
There's so much new talent out, and we know of personal experience, it's not easy to make your first step into this industry. Not. It's very hard. I know, I worked in media long enough, and when I remember when I started, the money was bad. Most of the time for the things I did, we didn't even get paid for it, because it counts for experience. It's more you have on a portfolio, so more likely it will be you get a job offer. Yeah? Yes. So you put a lot of hours in for
next to nothing.
Yes. Yeah. That's one thing, and there's a lot of people who know that and go through. I mean, Adrian, you know, as an actor, the same. You know, you worked in the industry long enough.
Yep.
It is. But we said, okay, we are now older and senior. Let's say senior in the industry. Yes. I was trying to find the right word. Right. You know.
I was calling myself an old fogey the other night, and probably am. But actually, you reminded me something, Thomas. We were very encouraged a couple of weeks ago, when a young student in a local school just turned up unannounced through the door, wanting to ask our assistance for their school project, which was making a film. And that was lovely to be asked, wasn't it, Thomas? And we will indeed do our best to help where we can. Yeah. We really want to encourage new talent. I mean, good heavens, yes. Yeah. You want to replace this old fogey with something much more pleasant to look at, I would say. But anyway, no. There's lots of wonderfully talented people out there, but of course, until you come and try, you'll never really understand or know your talents.
That's true. That's very true.
So we may be able to help you flourish and bring these talents out.
That'd be very good if we could. But I mean, years of working in theatre and stuff. I mean, the young talent coming through, there is so much of it out there. And some of it just doesn't make it, how can I put it, very talented people, but they don't make it, if you know what I mean.
I do, like we were talking about artists, weren't we?
Yes, we were, yeah.
But actors and actresses and singers as well.
Yeah, many.
I mean, I've seen some singers, can't think of any names, win these talent competitions, and they're all right. But then you go into someone's house or you go to some other building, an amateur, and you hear someone sing, and you think, good heavens, why hasn't that person won? Because their voice is tremendous.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, StudioKerkyra here gives you a chance to unleash your dreams.
Yes, unleash your talents.
Exactly, absolutely. And that's what we're looking for now. What we one of the main reasons we started the studio off is to give the younger generation a small view into the industry. A springboard. That's a good one. Thank you. A springboard to get your feet into the industry, to try some out, to get some experience, and that's what we're here for. So we are happy if you're an actor, if you want to work on the technical side, behind the cameras, in front of the camera. If you have a project, write us.
Yeah.
If you know the writing, we're looking for scripts. If you have something, you say, okay, I want to pull it off. I got a script. I want to make a short film.
Yeah, anything.
As example, don't hesitate. Contact us. You can contact us at nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. You can send us messages. You can message us privately via Facebook with some ideas you have. Just come here and we will help you to develop that. And together we can achieve wonderful things. Definitely. But we are here to support. We are here to give something back. We got a lot out of the whole thing. So treat it. Come forward. Don't be shy.
Yeah. I was going to say that, with the combined talents here, anything is possible. Anything is possible, really. We can help and
educate at the same time.
I think what Wayne's trying to say is that we can make a silk purse out of a sour's ear.
I suppose that's what
what you had in your head. Definitely,
absolutely. Why not?
Of course, that's
Because
what I had in
really
my
just
head.
took
It's a
the
good
words
expression, though,
out
isn't
of
I'm so
your
glad
mouth.
he said it for me.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's Shakespearean, actually.
It's
Is that
Shakespearean.
right?
I think so. Seem to remember reading it in some Shakespeare play or other, and I thought, a lot of things come from Shakespeare in the English language. He's quite responsible for a large percentage.
Do you know the word football was mentioned in a Shakespeare play?
Yes, I do. I do know that. We were talking about this the other week. It's
Yeah.
extraordinary. I can't remember which one it was, but it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it is either. But
We'll have to get back to you on that one.
Football is mentioned within a Shakespeare play, which
yes,
predates
exactly.
lots. I mean, I know they used to play it between villages. They used to play a game between villages, so maybe you'd have like 4 or 5 miles between villages, and they used to kick a ball between the two, and it used to get quite rough.
Would that be a pig's bladder type ball?
Yeah,
do you
pig's
think?
bladder, yeah.
Right, yes.
But they used to kick it between villages, as I say, and it used to get very rough. People used to get legs broken and arms broken.
Bit of a bundle type thing.
Yeah, it was
on.
more of a bundle than a game of football.
Right, or British Bulldog. That was a game that was played in
yes,
primary
British
school. It was a terrifying
band.
game when you're a 6-year-old and you're a weedy little 6-year-old and there's all these giant 10-year-olds and you play British Bulldog on this tarmacked playground. Oh, no, I don't recommend it to anybody.
It got banned.
Did it?
Yeah.
Jolly good too.
Most schools banned it, I think.
Well, it shows you my age.
But yeah, I mean, football mentioned in Shakespeare, and
extraordinary.
there's all sorts of different.
Absolutely. Names and expressions that we use in everyday language is Shakespearean.
Absolutely.
So we aim to do Shakespeare, not just Shakespeare. We'd like to do some Greek plays as well, and all sorts of other things. All in time, but we do need your help, guys, out there. So whatever talents you have to bear, whether it's on screen, on stage, or behind the scenes, in any way whatsoever. And as Thomas very importantly said, what we really love, as well as all that, is for you to send in a script, even if it's just an idea that you may want embellishing or staging. We would be able to help you somehow or other do that. It'd be great to work with you anyway.
Yeah, or at least, point you in the right direction. You got an idea, you start working on the idea, you get stuck. You don't know how to progress with it. Oh, you can contact us. Let's sit together. We love sitting together for a coffee, when you realize.
And a chat,
right?
absolutely.
And a chat. And maybe we can give you a few pointers how to carry on with it or how to proceed with the whole thing. Yeah. So we're very open. So what we're looking for is, we're looking for amateurs, semi-professionals, professionals, actors, of course.
Yep.
Some are here on the island who retire, who are very good. We know a few retired, very good actors, directors who would love to work together.
Yep. So come on down.
So
to the studio
please come on down, take part, have a chat, have a coffee with us. If you're an amateur, don't worry. If you feel inside, okay, I want to try that. What's going on? What could I do? Have a look. We're throwing our casting calls up. Like now, we're looking for the performance readings.
Yes, we are.
We're desperate for this Florence Cray. She's got it's not a huge part, but it's a very important part, and we can't really finish off the charming story of Jeeves and Wooster without.
No, we can't. No, as I say, I definitely can't do it.
No.
Your falsetto isn't quite that good, is it?
No, my falsetto is definitely not that good.
And mine's atrocious, so we won't go there.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, and now just write into Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com or go on to inbox at StudioKerkyra.com. Go on to our website, better said, www.studiokerkyra.com. I think you could have guessed that. In the end of the day, we want to support. We're quite happy. We like to experiment around. We like to help certain institutions out. If they they have an idea, they just need a little bit of backup and experience from professions. Fine, we love doing it. So don't hesitate to contact us. Take part in it, write us an email, and maybe you could be in front of one of these cameras one day, or take part in one of our short film projects that are upcoming soon for next year, or other live shows. We're looking for presenters.
Yes, absolutely.
If you got an idea for a live show, contact us. Let's talk through. Maybe we can arrange something. We do a test screening. We can put something together. So if it's a viable idea, we're more than happy to
absolutely
help, of course.
Sounds good.
Did we plug that nice?
Yes, I think so.
I think so, yes.
So, because now a lot of people wanted what we're doing, how our background, but I think personally what we did in the past, we do this on another day, I think.
Yeah, I think
it's
so,
a little bit, it's for you guys are very impressive, a few things. We all share one thing. We share the love for entertainment, for TV, film and theater.
We do.
And we all have a lot of experience. We dedicated our lives to it.
Yeah, definitely dedicated my life to it. Yeah,
Definitely, yeah. And we had great moments, no? Reminiscing a little bit about the old, like, how beautiful.
I just think of the hustle bustle that I used to be used to back in the day when I was touring, and just the amount of work that goes into one single show. One single show, and you have, I mean, you know, obviously you see the show on the stage, but probably what people don't realise is how much actual work goes on behind the scenes to make that look good. And you know, as a backstage technician, you wouldn't, you know, you don't get the applause, but those applause are for you as well.
It's all a team, isn't it?
Oh,
like
it's a
everything
very
else.
big
teamwork.
effort.
Yeah.
Massive team effort.
Massive team effort. Definitely. What brings me on, if anybody out there now on the beautiful island of Corfu has an event upcoming, or next year plan a bigger event, I said, oh, you know, I would love to have this live streamed. Contact us, come here. We are also interested in some events for live streaming. The same unsigned musicians. There's so many unsigned musicians on the island. Use our outlet, use our live streaming technology, and get your name out, get your music out there. We would be thrilled helping you.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Thrilled.
There's so many applications what we can do together. You just have to approach us, talk to us, and let's see what's happened.
We don't bite, honest.
No, we're very friendly.
Not much.
Not much. Okay, guys. Now, okay, if you want to know anything more about StudioKerkyra, just send us a message, and one day we will do a little bit of background about the whole studio, so you can get a little bit a better view from the thing.
Good idea.
Definitely. And what regards the show Nightshift now, we will of course expand slowly. We will include more things like we had today, and we're looking forward to music, live music here on Nightshift, unsigned musicians. So we want to integrate, and somebody is working on that. So fingers crossed.
Great.
Look forward and look at some local musicians in. Any genre really. We love music, we love theatre, we love film and TV, and we love entertainment.
We certainly do.
Yeah, poetry as well.
Absolutely.
Poetry as well.
Yes.
And as we progress over the next couple of months, this show will a little bit grow. Maybe we make a few changes, but we only can do the changes with your help when you take part in our program.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay, I think that was okay. We plugged that. Anybody else has questions, let us know. And what are we on? Okay, I have to do a mention quickly. A mention quickly. If people want to see some videos, they said, they want to see some videos. We're going to do some videos. And here I'm just calling him up at the moment. Here, and that's our friend George Diamantis. Hello, George.
Hi, George.
George is a fabulous bloke, actually.
What a fantastic character. He is from this village. He is from Ios Mateos. And he got his own YouTube account where you can see really traditional events. He's really so enthusiastic about this island. He loves this island. He goes out and he films himself. He'll upload it to YouTube. So you have some concerts.
Yes.
He shows on there. He goes to concerts, to charity evenings, to other events like running. Anything what goes on, he's really, really involved. He makes a little video, puts it on his YouTube channel. On the bottom of the screen you can see his youtube.com/George v.diamantis. So have a look at that, and he will surprise you. He got some good stuff. There you can experience real island life.
Oh, lovely.
That's from the Corfu Ep8 videos about his island, about the culture and the lifestyle.
Perhaps we might be able to invite George into the studio, and he could tell the folks
let's try.
himself.
Will be interesting when we start translating, no? Because he speaks English and he speaks German, but he speaks half, and he speaks to me as example. He speaks some in English and some in German. So it will be interesting in conversation. I love
definitely.
that.
Yeah. Can't beat a bit of multiculturalism. Fantastic.
Definitely. No, very pleasant guy, George. So George, if you watch, thank you for watching. Share if you can, and people log on to his YouTube. Is George v.diamantis. Like it's been on the screen earlier. Okay, that's that one. What brings us on to the last bit of our show, and this is upcoming events for the area. Okay, which one do we start? Which one is 7 Arts?
Yes, 7 Arts.
Excellent. So 7 Arts.
Okay, you're going to make me do it again, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got to make
Yes, you are. Okay.
I know what's coming.
Rita. Oh.
Rita.
No. Lovely Rita. Lovely Rita Meter Maid. No.
Antonio Bolio. Rita Antonio Bolio is in 7 Arts on the Saturday of the 2nd of December.
Yes. Oh, you're doing it. Okay.
Have you found it? I think I'm giving a little bit of the end. Who is on the piano? Can you read that?
Theodoros Economy. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. It's a fantastic event. Go on to the 7 Arts website. You see the logo on the side. It's also on the Facebook. EFTA is EFTA, Corfu, the group, and the 7 Arts building, fantastic building, has a lot of events on over the winter. In the summer, the guys are closed for a summer break, but in the winter, the entertainment really goes off, and in the summer, they have open-air concerts and open-air stuff. Did you find his name?
Yes, it is. It's
I'm loving it.
It's Theodoros Economou. I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I am so sorry.
We're going to get it right one day.
I am going to get it right one day, but the event will be over by then. And Rita Antonopoulou.
Very good.
I think it's getting better and better in that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, what we move on to the next thing, and that's something interesting. This is up in the north of the island.
Yeah. Jam night sessions at the
Katsaros Pool Bar in Sidari.
Pool Bar, yes. That's every Friday at 9 o'clock, isn't it?
Every Friday, the original jam session. Everybody and every kind, for everyone and every kind of music. They say every Friday for 9 p.m. They love for you to come down, join them. This is the Katsaro Pool Bar in Sidari. You have the telephone number up. If you don't know where it is exactly, you have any more questions, give these guys a call. It's 26630-9941. So this is the jam night sessions what come now again on every Friday. And I think one day we have to try to go up there, have combined the show and the jam.
What a fabulous idea.
Go in between. Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Go up there, take the equipment, go up there, set up, and maybe we can do something. Would be cool.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
See, Nightshift, and we get for sure some music involved. Okay, that's that one. The next one, my man. It's something interesting. You want to see what it is? Yeah, here we go. It's also Friday on the 2nd of December.
Yeah, Saturday, 2nd of December, €15.
15 euros it is, yeah. The Alexakis Glory Night. That's a little bit like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and they can correct us, like MMA a little bit.
I was thinking, is it MMA?
Yeah, no, it's what called something else. It's in the Corfu Holiday Palace. It starts earlier. The pre-game is at 6 o'clock and then the evening kicks off at 7. Tickets are 15 euros. And go and join the Holiday Palace. Have a look if you're into that. These guys work hard.
They do, yeah.
We said this yesterday, too.
Yeah,
they work hard for what this sport is, and they're doing a lot with children.
Yes.
When you look on the Facebook page of them, they're doing some wonderful stuff there. I think it teaches you a lot of discipline.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, martial arts do teach you discipline, full stop, anyway.
Discipline, respect.
Yeah. Yeah. Respect for other people, and also, I mean, especially like having patience with somebody. It's very easy, obviously, to lose your temper in a confrontational situation, shall we say. But actually, martial arts teach you to actually step back away from that and assess the situation a little bit more,
control
with a clear head
better.
And a control. Yeah. Yes, very control. Control is the key.
Okay, and we on now. Sorry, guys, we're running out of time a little bit. We are now to a last event, and that's Silverland.
Silverland, yes, with the horses and Santa and a DJ, the lottery and everything. It's going to be a really good fun day down at Silverland by the looks of it.
So this is Sunday,
yes.
the 3rd of December. It's December. Friday is the 1st of December,
I know.
guys.
Whee.
So Christmas is coming.
Yep.
And Sunday, as we said, on the 3rd of December, Silverland. Where is that about? Whereabout is that?
Silverland is. Hold on. I had it written down. Is near Kofaniki.
Kosoliki.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can find this on the map, or otherwise go on to the Corfu Grapevine. They got this poster up to advertise most of the Corfu
and
groups.
It's a free entrance. Starts at 11:30 in the morning.
So a perfect event for families.
Perfect event for families. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, fantastic. See, this is nice when you have a family of 1, 2, 3 kids. If you go out, this can cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
So having events like that is so important to maintain a really good family life and socializing so the kids can socialize.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic. I'm loving it. Yeah.
I've got one last thing.
Yeah.
Which is the blood bank is coming to Corfu, and it's on December the 5th.
Yeah.
It's World Volunteer Day on December the 5th.
December the 5th?
Yep.
It's Tuesday, December the 5th is
yes,
then.
it is.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cool, yeah.
And so between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., and I'm going to struggle again with this,
It's all right.
at Evgenius.
We're going to fix a graphic for that one,
yeah.
okay? We're going to fix a graphic
Evgenius Vulgarius on their steps.
On their steps.
Yes.
So there's blood collection soon of Tuesday the 5th of December.
Yes.
We're going to fix a nice graphic for that. So we're
Sorry.
going to fix it. No, it's all right.
That's my
man.
pronunciation,
so
folks.
live.
I'm so sorry.
You
We
try
all
very well.
learn.
Somebody's
Yeah, he's
name's
doing
Peter.
well.
I'm not doing very well at all.
Oh, don't worry. You're going to get better.
I can't get any worse, can I?
No, you're fine.
No,
Don't worry.
no.
It's not easy to read that.
No.
I admit. But we're going to get better and we're going to learn Greek.
That'd
You
be
know,
good.
and the more we
Yes,
learn, the
we
better
must.
it will be seen.
Ah.
And then, see, we get that for sure in.
Mm.
But it's blood collection, you said?
Yes, blood bank.
Blood
Yes.
bank. So
Yeah.
blood bank make another call, and I think it's a very important call.
I think it's very important.
so
yes.
we have to answer. So we're gonna put some graphics together for tomorrow, and we play them out until the 5th of
yeah, that's the 5th
December, Tuesday.
of December, 10 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Excellent.
Okay.
Very important. So if you guys could support, we will put some details up. So we get on Facebook,
Yeah.
on our Facebook page, some
Rather than
details
my
up for that.
pronunciation.
Yeah, and then, fantastic, guys. So, wow, guys, and that's again another night shift over.
It's always sad when we
That's
come to the
sad,
end.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But we have it all to look forward to tomorrow night.
We do.
Definitely. No, we have a lot to talk. It's getting. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys out there. So from me tonight, thank you for watching, and good night. We see you tomorrow.
And it's a very good night to me. Keep warm and take care.
And a very good night from me. Keep on smiling, everybody.
Kala Nikta.
Kali Nikta.
Kali Nichte.